Welcome to a very special game, quote unquote, game and watch. And what we're looking at here are two different movies. Pixels, or should I say Ready Player One versus Pixels, because I got to watch both over the weekend, over the 4th of July weekend, and I felt like this is the time to talk a little bit about it. Um, what is it? Which one is better? Now I'm going to tell you, I ended up picking Pixels. I ended up picking up, on that one more because, and honestly, and Steven Spielberg, but he pulls his punches. He pulls his punches with style. I mean, he wears different boxing gloves each time he pulls his punches, but it's the same algorithms, isn't it? Now, the thing about these two movies, yes, they deal with the same themes: video game characters and heroes. In one, you have, I forgot the guy who played Reed Richards in the shitty Fantastic Four, the number four movie. So he's the hero, much like Elliot, much like Indiana Jones, much like the Goonies, much like the characters in Super 8. Uh, it's all the same shite, as you can see here in the trailer. But when we go back to this one, when we go back to Pixels, you got Adam Sandler, you got the president, uh, Kevin James. So you know this is a comedy. And you could say, well, Pixels is predictable, and this isn't, and Ready Player One is not predictable. It is predictable. You can tell it's predictable. But with Adam Sandler, you could say some of the performances are phoned in, but it's the momentum. The best thing about a story is momentum. And yes, there's definitely momentum here. There's momentum in this one. You can feel it, you can taste it, you can eat it. I definitely like the momentum in the Shining tribute. But past that, I mean, with Q*bert, spoiler alert, Q*bert becomes the girl of one of the characters' dreams. Literally. Now that's funny. And then the Q*bert babies at the end. But it's such a funny movie. And what this movie reminds me of, what Pixels reminds me of, is YouTubers and Twitch streamers, funny character personalities like Angry Joe, like Review Tech USA, like Jim Sterling or James Stephanie Sterling, as they want to be called. Just so many various people right now who are streaming 4 hours of games. Yeah, I like that's Dojo Quest, Lady Lisa, like the Princess Peach or Zelda or Samus Aran at this time. I haven't yet to look up this game that they made up, but I mean, you got three different characters. You got Kevin James' character, who's the president. You got the Trop and Give Me 50 First Lady. You got the fat kid here who's like, and he does a really good song. He does a good cover for one of the Tears for Fears song. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, I think. And he got this meaningless fight. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of, in Ready Player One, you've got a lot of Easter eggs, just like in Space Jam 2, right, with LeBron James. But just like Space Jam 2, this movie, you see you see King Kong, you see Batman, you see all those characters, right? But you don't give a shit because you don't feel connected to them, to those Easter eggs. And here with the Smurfs and Jumpman, of course it's Mario. Mario in a Sony movie, right? Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and Q*bert and Space Invaders and Dig Dug and Centipede. And you feel that connection. And they're all made up of blocks, just like Lego blocks, right? And that's what I liked about it. And this is based on a short. Yes, it's based on the Futurama stuff, but yes, it's based on a short film that was made in France, and then they took that French film that was 10 minutes long and made it about an hour and a half. And it's like this is not meant to be. I think what people really wanted for Pixels was it to be not Super Mario Brothers, or not the 1993 movie, right? But this movie, I mean, it ends the same way as the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, with the credits in the video game where it tells the story. They ripped off, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie ripped off the ending to Pixels, where you see a video game montage in the credits, right? But this is a little bit better than Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a PG-13 movie. I think Sonic is like, what, PG? So, yeah. I mean, it is better. Look at this fight. There's a fight that goes on between these two characters, and it's really funny, and it's really amazing, and I really enjoy this stuff. Um, Adam Sandler played a kid who was, and this foretold the future. Not only did it foretell the future, this is 2015, of Twitch streamers and YouTubers and character personalities that you see playing video games now online and social media, but it also foretold Billy Mitchell and Donkey Kong. Because you have Peter Dinklage, the little person who competes, and he cheats to win. He has the cheat codes in his glasses, right? But this is all about Donkey Kong as the final battle. And Adam Sandler's character, the kid, actually won. He actually won the game, but the other guy cheated. Peter Dinklage cheated to win. So there's a lot of things in this. I mean, there's references to the old school Atari games that I was born in the 1970s. That was my first system ever. Before that, I had in television handhelds, board games, Masters of the Universe. So that was my childhood. So this touches my heart a bit. So while it's not set in virtual, I'll tell you what, if Ready Player One was about Pokemon, or a Pokemon parody, just like Pokemon Go. Remember how Pokemon Go drove people insane, like the plot of this? If it was about like a Pokemon parody, in which everybody could be a role-playing game in Pokemon world. You could be the nurse, you could be the doctor, you could be the policeman, you could be the scientist, the researcher, or you could be anything else. Like anything you could be a Pokemon, you could be a farmer, the Pokemon trainer, the gym trainer. People would be addicted to virtual reality Pokemon all fucking day. That would be a way better movie than Ready Player One. Maybe even better than this one. Lastly, I'll say, these are the music videos, by the way. I will say that these days, when I want to laugh at something, I can watch Joey Diaz or Joe Rogan or somebody on Twitch or YouTube. But this was the last great comedy in theaters that I can remember. Pixels is typical, but the adult jokes, the mutilation of the Smurfs, the way people kind of quote unquote die, the Pac-Man meets his creator. By the way, the creator of Pac-Man was involved in the production of Pixels. And so you had an actor pretend to be the creator and get his hand bitten off by Pac-Man. Even all the characters get the girls at the end. It's just this sub-reality of the fact that if you save the world from alien invasion, then you get the girlfriend automatically. The girl of your dreams is yours. Think of the girl you ever want to be with, and she's all yours, right? So I mean, the Peter Dinklage gets Serena Williams and Martha Stewart at the end of the movie. But in this one, like in Ready Player One, you really do expect to see the hero Percival get the redhead with the birthmark on her face. To get even the Mad Ball at the end, which was cool 80s reference, but didn't do anything for me. It did nothing for me. Yes, he got the girl. It would have been weird. It would have been funny if the girl if the Avatar girl was not a girl but a guy, and the big brutish guy was a girl, which it is a girl, but it looks like the serious Leslie Jones. I mean, all the tropes. So I mean, like with Steven Spielberg, he's covered adventures with kids, adventures with adults, aliens, alien invasions, what else? Making movies like the precursor to Stranger Things with Super 8 with J.J. Abrams, and then the how do you call it? The video games, and even you see some of that with Wreck-It Ralph. But I'll tell you, I mean, Wreck-It Ralph's okay, the first movie. But I'm telling you, this movie, as far as the best comedy or the best entertaining movie, it's this one. And even though this is not a comedy, Ready Player One, I still felt more of a personal connection because these guys are in the real world fighting virtual things, and all these people are in the virtual world fighting virtual things. And Ben Mendelsohn is Ben Mendelsohn, okay? He's got to be in movies that start with the letter R and end in one. That's the way Ben Mendelsohn is. It can't be helped. So all the things you think are going to happen are going to happen. Boy meets girl, boy gets the golden ticket to the chocolate factory, and he's going to share it with all his friends. Everything's happy now. They take a couple of days off to be in the real world. Okay, now he's the biggest Twitch streamer in the universe with VR goggles on. But honestly, like, if you've never seen a Steven Spielberg movie, you'd think that Ready Player One was the best movie ever made. But it just pulled, the punches are pulled too much. And I'm repeating myself, but it needs to be said that there are better comedies than Pixels, sure. But in recent history, this was the movie. Pixels was the movie. And whether you think it's all characters and sitcom, back and forth pinball, character acting, it works still. Like I said, the most important thing in a story is momentum. One thing leads to another thing and leads to another thing. And some typical things happen and some typical things don't, but that's what Pixels is about. So for me, the clear winner to me was Pixels. So that's it. That's all I got to say. This is the movie. I'm glad I picked this up for $5. I could just get it as a download, but nah. Sorry, Ready Player One. You did your best, but it's not all about money. It's about content and how you make that content work for the audience.